It was here during the War of 1812. The 50 British warships anchored out in the waters of the Patapsco River behind us. 4,500 veteran British soldiers, sailors, artillery embarked on this site to begin their 8-mile march toward the city of Baltimore, and ultimately later that day, the Battle of North Point would be fought. So during the War of 1812, this was a very important strategic point for the defenders of Baltimore.
It was an important place during the war at one time.
It's been there for a long time. A lot of the military lived in the houses that were there.
When the brass came into the area, that's one of the places they housed them.
But it's historical.
Fort Howard was a wonderful place. That's where we first started, and that's where really our hearts were. It was like home. It was a nice library, a church. The theater was wonderful, but the grounds is what everyone loves.
Oh, I remember Fort Howard is a beautiful hospital. The surroundings, the water and everything, the patients really, appreciated that.
It was just a wonderful place to go. The grounds were kept up. There was a nursing home down there, a clinic down there, and everything a veteran would need.
We used to put on plays down here for them, especially around Christmas time. And just to see their eyes as they looked at you and the applause they gave you for what little bit of acting we did. But they seemed to enjoy that so much, and we seemed to enjoy it just to be there to give it to them.
I was a veteran, and we felt that it was our job to do this, and we went out there to take care of those patients.
They shut it down because it was antiquated and the buildings were getting old and it cost too much to refurbish the ground, so they just shut it down, and I guess they boarded them up and just let them set for a period of time.
When you saw the windows and everything, you knew that that was final, that there would be nothing else going on there, which we in turn from the very beginning thought when they decided to close it, that was wrong.
Well, it makes you feel terrible. There's so many good memories of this place that we've come down to help the veterans and all, but it's a shame that they let it run to this point.
They didn't want to go, truthfully speaking. They said, oh, they're taking our home away from us.
November of 2009, I ran across a rendering of the project, and I quickly fell in love with it. And this site has a tremendous amount of history that both my partner and I fell in love with.
In working with my partner, he brought it to my attention, and we began to focus on the site and the opportunity to create something really special for veterans.
There are 75 structures that will be built or rebuilt on this site. We have on-site rehabilitation services. We have on-site assisted care. We have on-site professional offices, retail, interim housing for vets that come back from service. All of those components are here on this site, and all of those components are geared towards veterans. Probably the reason they went into the service is, they're relying on other people are relying on them. So we build this grand community where their reliance on each other can happen here, as it did in the service.
It's so hard for, a single parent to try to buy a house, single mom, try to buy a house for, their child. I think it's great because some people are struggling. Like, that support is wonderful.
We're creating a mixed-use, mixed-income, state-of-the-art veterans community for veterans. We'll see a number of buildings being placed back in service, the historic buildings, and some new buildings starting to be constructed.
It is a livable community, so you do not have to get in your car and drive outside of the community. It's all here for you. We want to limit those trips that go up and down North Point Road, and I think we have with our plan.
There will be people here that will pay taxes, that will contribute to the economy, When this place was an active fort, there were restaurants and general stores and things up and down the main roads here. And those places no longer exist. Here on the fort, we'll have an active, vibrant community with retail and those other things. But as you begin to have people again, you'll begin to have other kinds of retail, and you'll create a tax base, and it'll become a vibrant community once again.
The reason we want to achieve our Silver LEED certification is severalfold. One is to bring the cost of utilities for those who cannot afford the current rates that the electrical companies are charging them. We want to bring those utility costs down. The second is it's wonderful for our environment to reuse our existing energy. It's clean, it's efficient, and at the end of the day, it saves a tremendous amount of money for our veterans.
We all appreciate as veterans the handshake and the thank you for your service, but when you find folks that are actually willing to put their money where their mouth is and actually go in and create something very special for soldiers, then that speaks a little bit highly of their gratitude.
For a veteran to be able to live there now and be on those grounds where they may have spent time in Fort Howard, and it would just bring back those memories. And then being with other veterans certainly would bring back the memories.
I mean, it's all about really being able to come back in an environment and live in an environment where you feel like you've been appreciated.
It's new life. It's a rebirth of this facility, and we're giving it back to the folks who defend us, who protect us, where it belongs.
I'm so proud that someone is going to step up and fulfill what should have been done a long time ago.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful thing. It's probably a long time coming.
People think veterans are, older guys, but no, I'm a veteran. I'm a young female, but I'm a veteran, and I think it's wonderful. I do it for the country. I do it for my freedom. I do it for my son's freedom. I do it for America. I love America.
It's a magnificent site. I think it would be a great deal for our veterans.
Well, as you're pushing these veterans down the hallway and they reach back and pat you on the hand, you know you're doing the right thing, absolutely.
It starts with this site. We are going to change the direction of how we treat veterans from this site forward.
I think we owe it to them. It's our duty.